Hey, you guys. I am going to share with you something that I was working on over the weekend. So, the very first picture there that you saw was a artwork that I made when I went to the beach. You may or may not know that my parents live really close to the coast, so when I go and visit them, I go to the beach a lot. I think it's really pretty, and I love the beach. The beach is great. So I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about a type of artwork called earth art or land art. It's basically artwork where instead of using things like paint and paper and pencils, you are using just natural objects. So I'm showing you pictures right now of an artist. His name is Andy Goldsworthy, and I'm showing you some pictures of some of his artwork that you can kind of see I kind of took my idea like basically right from him. Um, so I love his artwork. He's always been one of my favorite artists. I studied him in college a lot. I really like his artwork because I think what it does really well is it takes things that already exist in the world, things like rocks and leaves, and just like things that we look at literally every day, and it shows us kind of like what's special about them. Um, I love to do this when I go to the beach, and I know a lot of you guys love doing this too because you do it on the playground all the time. Is you love to find like just rocks and sticks and like really small things that you just think are special. A lot of the times you find kind of like white rocks or kind of like pink granity rocks, and you want to like put them in your pockets and take them home with you. Sometimes your teachers probably tell you you shouldn't, but sometimes they let you probably. Um, so I think it's a very like human thing to find things and look for things that are special. And I think that that's a very artistic trait. You're not necessarily creating something completely new. It's not like you drew something out of your head and made something that didn't already exist. You're taking things that already exist in the world and you're showing other people what is special about them. So, something that I always think is really special when I go to the beach is these rocks that have this like white strip or lighter strip of rock that go through them. So, what I did is when I was just like walking around on the beach, I picked up the rocks that have the strips on them and I made like just a cool like line just by setting them next to each other so that you're taking something that you might ordinarily like kind of be like, oh, look, a striped rock, and you're making it more special. And I did just leave these rocks right at the beach when I was done. And it's nice to think about like that the next person who goes to the beach is going to see that like line of striped rocks, and that they're going to see what you saw as special, and they're going to also see that it was something that was special. Um so this is a really great type of artwork to do if you don't necessarily have things like paintbrushes and paint at your house. If you live somewhere where there are woods that are safe to go into, or your parents could go with you, it's really fun to walk around and, find leaves that you think are special and make an arrangement with them. Here we're looking at some just kind of like more kid friendly versions of what Andy Goldsworthy does, where, taking things like rocks and arranging them in a way that just looks beautiful and pretty to you, or making a shape. There's kind of like no limit to the different types of things that you can do. Or you could just watch my video and be like, oh, yeah, that's cool, but it's not for me. I know a lot of us are really like drawing focused and painting focused, but I think it's good to develop other ways because really being an artist is being someone who looks at the world.